Hi loves, it's Elle and welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being here. Today is a continuation of our Best of Series 2020. We're going to be talking all about powders, blushes, bronzers, and cream products. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button, share this video with somebody you think might like it, and let's do it. Alright, so this is one of my favorite categories to do. Reason being is because these are probably the most things that we use most often. So let's start out with powders. Now, as you know, I don't use a ton of powders. I actually, unfortunately, don't go out seeking new powders because, as everybody knows that watches this channel for any length of time, the Hourglass diffused light ambient powders are my favorite. They are absolutely beautiful. They are a baked powder. If you have not heard me talk about these are, yes, a finishing powder, so you can use them over a setting powder or you can use them as your setting powder. These are my favorite to set under the eyes for anybody really, but especially anybody over 35. This gives the skin a beautiful glow and a really like kind of a lit within look from, you know, the skin, for the skin. All right, so these are amazing, and once you try them, you'll never go back. Now, if you saw my dupes video for that, I came across this from your recommendation. This is the Elle Halo Glow Setting Powder. Watch that video if you want to know a full review on this, but this is almost an exact dupe for this. The one thing I will say is that I didn't love it for setting under the eyes, but it gives almost the exact same beautiful finish all over the skin that the Hourglass powder does. So this was a highlight of the past 2020. Now, this is not new, but I have to say it because it's one of my favorite setting powders. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil. It's a beautiful powder. It's a great setting powder. It can be used on the eyes. It can be used, you know, anywhere on the face. But it is very, very. To me, it's worth every penny. This is my second one. I bought one last year and I bought one this year, and it has still lasted me. So this will last you forever. My last two powders I don't talk about a ton because I don't usually use a powder that is a full coverage setting powder. So what I mean is that it's a compact that actually is a fuller coverage foundation. But if you do that, because a lot of more combination to oilier skin types or somebody that likes a lot fuller coverage, if you do love those powders, these are fantastic. This is a new one by Urban Decay. It is this, I'm in 30NN, and this is called Stay Naked the Fix. And this goes gorgeous over lightweight foundations. It will give you some more coverage. It is more matte. It is definitely more matte, but it does give you some coverage. And then you can obviously put on your finishing powder over it to kind of give some shift to the skin. And then this one by Bite is absolutely stunning. It's the same type of thing, but it's obviously the brand is more food grade cosmetics. I'm in light 2. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit less coverage than the Urban Decay, but it's still very, very good. Both of these can be used actually just as foundation if you would like that too. So if you're super oily, these can be used just as foundation as well. All right, let's move on to one of my favorite topics. Oh, and I have to say this because it's an honorable mention, because it's really a foundation, but it is a powder. This is the Bare Minerals. You heard me talk about it a ton. I have it on today. This is the Bare Minerals original formula. I'm in light beige number 9. I love it. I'm obsessed. It's so quick on the skin, and it is a beautiful powder. And again, this can be used over like a tinted moisturizer if you would like to give it even more coverage. All right, so let's go on to one of my favorite topics, which is blush. Now, I pretty much on a daily basis will wear the Hourglass blushes. Usually the ones that come in either the Ghost palette or the new palette. This is the Sculpt palette. Or that's going to be the ones I talked about for years, which is Ecstasy from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of the most universally flattering blushes I have ever found on the market. Now, the dupe for that, though, is this one by Milani. This is actually an oldie but a goodie, and it is stunning. Every time I wear it, I get so many compliments on it. This is called the Pink Play Rose Unique, I think, number 1. So this is a really great dupe for the Ecstasy in Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I can't do a video like this without talking about, like I said, these new palettes from Hourglass. Like I said, anything powder-wise from Hourglass I feel is absolutely worth it. I've done a whole review on both of these palettes. Go ahead and take a look on my channel if you want to see it really broken down. But these palettes obviously consist of your powders, your finishing powders, a little bit of like a kind of a highlighter, and then your bronzer. Gorgeous. They make some of the most beautiful bronzers. And then, of course, your blushes. Beautiful. This is the mini, and same kind of rules apply for this. It's just so easy. Again, bronzer, powder, a little bit of highlighter. You can use it actually in the inner corners of your eyes if you want, and then just the most gorgeous color for blush. This blush is very pretty. It's pretty universal because it has a little bit of both purple and pink and peach in it. That's just kind of the undertones. So this is a showstopper. So this one from Lawless is called Soft Nectar. I wore it in my full review of the baby collection, and it is matte. So if you are a more matte blush person, oof, has no talc in it. It is gorgeous, and it's kind of poppy, to be honest with you. It has a little bit more of a pink peach color into it, so it has a little bit more pop to it, a little more flavor to it, but this will last you forever, and it's so gorgeous. I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't talk about these from Charlotte Tilbury. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a Film Star Bronze and Glow. This is her highlighter and her bronzer. This is probably the most wearable highlighter I've ever seen for more mature women that don't want to look like a disco ball. It just really illuminates the skin. This bronzer is so universally flattering. There are several different colors for several different skin tones. It's an oldie but a goodie. And then this one, this is a brand new launch from Charlotte Tilbury. I love it. These are huge. I mean, I don't know if you would even go through this in a year. This is one of her new bronzers. This is called Airbrush Bronze. I'm in number 2. And I use this quite often. It is, again, matte, no shimmer to it at all. And this and the Lawless are so beautiful together. And of course, Ecstasy, which is hers. But this is well worth it. I don't even know if you would ever need another bronzer for 2 years. So yes, it's a little more pricey, but this goes forever, right? So very, very good bronzer. Beautiful, creamy, blends like a dream, just stunning. All right, so let's go to our final topic, which is my ultimate favorite, which are cream blushes and bronzers. Now, I have so many. My bin is just stocked and chocked full of cream products. So the ones I've mentioned in past videos are still so amazing. These are just the standouts of the year. Let's start with bronzer. So there isn't a ton of cream bronzers that I absolutely love, just because they can become a little muddy. They are usually sometimes the wrong undertone. A lot of them have like kind of orangey undertones to them. This one does not. You've heard me talk about it forever. This is the Fenty Beauty cream bronzer in Butter Biscuit. This is the color I'm in. Do you see what I mean by it has just a tiny bit of shift to it, but it's more on a neutral side. So when you're blending this in, it is definitely more neutral, which is what for most people they want. It blends so dreamy and gorgeous. It can be layered with a powder bronzer over it. I use this all the time, and I barely even scrape the surface. Again, another product, a little more expensive, but you guys, these would last you forever. You would never need to get other products for almost a whole year. So how awesome would that be? Now, this guy was sold out for a long time. This is actually the bronzer by Tarte. Again, all of these bronzers had come in a wide variety of colors. These are just my colors. Another great cream bronzer. This is actually a little more sheer than the one from Fenty, but it is a good buy. This is the little smaller size. It comes in a travel size and like a bigger size. You wouldn't need more than this because such a little bit goes such a long way that you would just need to get the little guy. So this is another one if you like that. It does have a little bit of shift to it as well, but nothing, nothing big that would show texture or, imperfections. Blushes. Now, okay, there are so many cream blushes that I love. Of course, I've talked about them all. The Daniel Sanders is beautiful. Dr. Papa makes beautiful ones. I mean, there's just so many. I actually have a whole video on the top cream blushes that I have been loving. But again, these are the standouts for me this year. Oh, and the Westman Atelier cream blushes. Oh, so gorgeous. but these are standouts for me. So this is the Jouer. It's two-sided, okay? Let me show you here. It's two-sided. This one's a little bit deeper. They have a couple different shades. I do wear this one as well. This is a cheek and lip duo, okay? And this goes on beautifully. I mean, just radiant, and makes the cheeks look very supple and soft, and I just love the color plays that they do, so this one's gorgeous. And then if you guys haven't tried the Tower 28 cream blushes, they come in a couple different colors. These are more for sensitive skin. These are approved by the Eczema Foundation. Their whole line is. This whole line is nothing's over $28. This is a beautiful peach blush. I love this for a little bit more poppier color on the cheeks, maybe more during summertime. This is called Golden Hour. Standard standout. It's so beautiful. I've been known to wear these on my eyes and as well on my lips for a little bit more of a monochromatic look. So these are great and very reasonably priced. All right, so for the last one, I will say this is actually from my dear friend Jamie Makeup. I've talked about these before. This is one of my favorite ones that she made. This is called the Nude one. Again, cream blush. What I love about this is it goes over powders beautifully. It goes under powders beautifully. The price point's really great, and you're supporting a small business because she is a small business, and the packaging is so darn cute. And they obviously can be used on the lips if you want to, but this one is just like if you want like a subtle flush to the skin, this is gonna be your jam. This is what you can wear basically daily, but also too over a beautiful tinted moisturizer. All right, so that is the wrap up. I would love to hear from you guys and see what yours was for this year. We are favorites. And today I'm doing another giveaway of my December days of giving. I will be sharing with 2 lucky winners, so make sure you guys check your comments. I respond 48 hours after this video goes live, and I respond to the comments and tell you to email me. And I've actually not heard from the winners. I've only heard from 2 winners from my last 2 giveaways, so I'm gonna have to pick new ones. But I'll have 2 new winners for this video, and they're gonna be little grab bags from me, so little goodie bags. All right, so thank you all so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love from me to you. Bye, loves.